Happy Mad Monday to all who celebrate. Welcome into the Mad Monday podcast. Thanks to the legends at 4 and 20 Pies. I'm Tino Fa'asua Manaia. I am joined from the hot take couch this morning by Herbie Selesele. Izaak, good morning, mate.
Oh, what a time to be alive. Coming fresh off a narrow loss for my Eels, but then made even sweeter by a narrow loss for the Warriors for me.
I was at the game. You've got your fin in your hand. Fuck you. I should have never brought those back. I was thinking about so I went over and watched the Dolphins versus the Cowboys a couple of weeks ago over in Brisbane. I brought a bunch of the fins back that they give you at Suncorp. I was going to take them to the ground to give people, but I was like, I'm going to get mugged at the gate if I try and walk in here. I went to the game, and you asked me just out in the office before, Izaak, what the vibe was at the ground. Actually, Joe just asked me as well. A lot of people have. And the vibe, and I don't know if this came across on the TV, was, one, a little bit of confusion around, because there was a penalty down the far end that we could have kicked.
Yeah.
Then they came back down our end, and for 3 plays, Liquor was lying on the ground, and I don't think you could see it as well on TV. But where I was sitting was right next to where he was lying down, and our bay went apeshit, screaming at Liquor to get up. Get up, Liquor! Get up, Liquor! And then I had a message from a mate of mine who came to the game with me, and it was just like, it's funny, I haven't read an article about his hip being dislocated yet. What happened? I also saw Elijah Taylor on Instagram saying, bro, after that, like, you've got to go in on Monday, like, limping.
Still limping.
Yeah. Don't show up sweet to film on Monday.
But it just goes to show how quick they forget. Liquor, the man, the myth, he's been that guy every week, and then as soon as the game's on the line, he's down cramping up. Liquor!
Yeah.
Get up!
It was, man. It was, because when he scored down the other end, it was like, oh, man, they're going around, pook under can, the whole thing. But then as soon as, he's lying on the ground, we're a very fickle fan base.
So you can't get wheelchaired out and then go play golf the next day? Is that what you're
Yeah.
Yep.
Liquor Halakizi. Don't clip that. No, it's funny because Joe said, like, what was the vibe at the ground after the game? Because obviously it was a pretty heartbreaking loss, but I think the vibe was harsher at home, and for people who, I wouldn't say they're like casual fans, but like they're not the Warriors hearty fans. The texts I was getting were way more like broken ass than people at the ground. Because I think the Warriors faithful, people that have been going to Mount Smart Stadium for years, year in, year out, they've had way worse heartbreaks than that. And I also would even say that if you gave the Warriors fans a bit of truth serum going into that game, a lot of us would have thought they might pound us. That could have been 40-50. The Finns are humming, or at least they were until Herbie Farnworth came off.
Oh, that was heartbreak.
Yeah.
I think he genuinely, SuperCoach-wise, he would have scored 200.
Yeah.
He was tracking well. What did he finish on, like 70, 80?
71, yeah.
And that's in, 18-odd minutes?
Yeah, 20, 30 minutes.
Oh.
It was ridiculous because we'll get to SuperCoach later on, but I moved heaven and earth to get him in because I was like, I can't not have Herbie. And of course, so maybe I broke it.
So it's your fault.
Maybe I tore his hamstring, yeah. My notes from the game are, the first one, before the game, getting into Mount Smart and getting a beer before the game is a national disgrace. I don't know why we shut half of Industrial Penrose down to try and get, but there were 23 or 24,000 people at that game. At Magic Round, there were 60,000 people at Suncorp. My Uber dropped me off at the door. I walked out and I could have thrown a steed in at my seat. It was that close. But for some reason you get there, you've got to park in a steel mill 2 blocks away because now they block off every street around it. Then you got to walk a mile. You get in there, the queues are out the door. I don't know, it's ridiculous. Once the game starts, it's easy enough.
What are they running with the beers? Was it 2 per person or 1?
4.
4. Oh, yeah. That's not bad. I've been to a couple concerts at Mount Smart, and they've run 2 per person for like the first couple of hours, and then it goes to 1.
Yeah.
And I'm a heavy drinker. responsibly, of course. But by the time I get to the back, I'll go get my drink, my one drink. I'm walking. By the time I get to the back line, my drink's done.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, well, fuck, rinse and repeat, I guess.
I know. Whereas in the Aussie stadiums, you go in there and you can walk out with like 8, like as many as you can carry. And because I remember, you go in there and be like, oh, can I grab another beer? And the guy behind the thing's like, yeah, grab another fucking beer. I don't, what do you mean, can you grab it? Yes.
Just hurry up.
Yeah, that's basically it. But there was a guy next to us who must have drunk. My mate was trying to count how many beers he drank while he was at the game. He showed up steaming mad at dirt. And then he reckons he got through at least 10 beers. And he was like, eyes bloodshot, not even watching the game for ages. He stood up and tried to get on the Pukana cam at halftime for so long, and they wouldn't put him on. And so he tried to take his the Warriors supporters uniform on, which is a jersey over the top of a hoodie.
Yep.
So a Warriors jersey over the top of a hoodie. And he had tied the hoodie up around his face like Kenny from South Park. Probably why he didn't get on the Pukana cam. And then he was so pissed off he tried to take his Warriors jersey off because he was so pissed off he didn't get on Pukana cam. He couldn't undo his hoodie to take the shirt off, so he's standing there, honestly, for about 5 minutes of the first half trying to undo his hoodie. And we don't know where he went for the rest of the first half. But
so what you're saying is whoever's working those cameras on ground, they almost lost a fan.
Right, that's right. Yeah, you did. You turned the man off. And I'm like, what? Like, so that guy's bought tickets, which aren't that expensive. It's like $40, I think. But then he's also bought, another, $10 times 10, another $100 worth of piss.
Is it even 10?
Might even be more.
Yeah.
$100 to $150 worth of piss. just to get rejected on Pukana cam and go home.
Do you reckon that was his plan? He was just coming. He was like, I don't care what happens in the game.
Oh, fuck.
I don't give a shit. I just want to get on Pukana cam. May I ask?
Yeah.
Skin tone closer to you and I,
yes.
or Joe?
He looked more like you and I than he looked like Joe.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Nah, he's sweet.
Yeah. Oh, he'll be back. He'll be back this Friday.
He'll be back.
My missus came along, and I think she's been converted to a Dolphins fan after seeing them over there in Brisbane. Herbie's her favourite player. Surprise, surprise. She just about cried when he came off. She was like, oh, my God, poor guy. Like, genuinely upset about. I didn't know she knew anyone's name in any of the teams, and all of a sudden she's like, oh no, Herbie, oh look at him, and they zoomed in, and as he's getting like stretchered off, she's like, oh, he looks so heartbroken. Her eyes literally started welling up. I was like, I reckon I could get shot in front of you, you wouldn't have this reaction.
Herbie is known to have that effect.
I know, it's heartbreak. It's like when we were over there and she wanted to go and get a photo with the hammer, and I was like, I don't know why, but I felt a certain way about it.
Maybe because his nickname's the Hammer.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Anyone else? Yeah.
Can you just call him by his full name, please?
Him, sir. Yeah. So yeah, those are my notes from the game. There's no better vibe than a Warriors game. I love going to the games. If you haven't been to one, you've got to try and get to Auckland to go to one. It's sport how you think it should be watched. Everyone's into it. Everyone's yelling. Everyone's singing. Everyone's chanting. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just show up and sit down and clap politely.
Has Savage come to a game up in Auckland to do the or to do the victory song? Or was it only that game down the line? Because remember, they bought him and Scribe out.
In Christchurch.
I don't know why Scribe was there. Oh, Cape Crusader, I guess.
Because it was in Christchurch, I think. Nah, but they did for a while. They used to play him singing the team song up on the screen after.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still do because the Warriors lost on the weekend, so I haven't seen
yeah.
I will say early crow. So they play at halftime. They do the lights go out and then they play like a hype reel on the screen, and then while that's happening, they set up the halftime activation, which is like run through, kick this ball, pass this ball, whatever. Part of the hype video was the winning song, and I was watching it. I was going, I don't know about that. I don't know about playing the winning song at halftime. Like, I know it's just a hype reel, but is that a bad omen?
That 100%. That's a bad omen. You set yourself up more than anything. You set yourself up to come down off that.
Yeah. Other note from the game itself, the debut of Eddie Eremaya Toiava, who before the game they played a hype reel for him, and it was Webby going, every time I come in here, he's the first guy ready.
Oh.
And my mate turned to me, he's sitting next to me, and he goes, I got a good feeling about first Ready Eddie. And as soon as he came on, he did. He looked the goods. He's a big sucker. He's tall, powerful. He did exactly what you do on debut. Not that I would know, but get in there and just took a hit up as soon as he ran on the field.
Yep.
As soon as he ran on, everyone was pointing at the ruck, just going, go, 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 go. He ran from the field, one smooth motion, round, first receiver, took the hit up.
That's not even off the back fence. It's off the bench.
That's
off the bench run.
Yeah, an off the bench run. And it was good to see because I can't imagine the nerves you must have.
Yeah.
But debuting for your under-18s team is stressful enough, let alone debuting in front of a sold-out Mount Smart Stadium. I don't know. Like I said before, obviously it's disappointing, but it's more... I don't know. I don't think anyone was too shocked that we lost. I thought we did pretty well to be down by 2 points. And I think Herbie going down had a lot to do with that. The worrying part for me is how many other injuries have there been now? Because obviously James Fisher-Harris was out in that game. There were a lot of other dudes hobbling around. At certain points, Kurt Capewell looked bloody sore, like trying to get back. I thought he had an awesome game as well. He looked sick.
Yeah. He dialed back the clock there.
Yeah.
He looked very much like Queensland Capewell.
Yeah.
And he was
centre,
running lines, marking up real good against Fienge, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Capewell had a blinder.
I thought Chance looked excellent at centre. Looked really good. Like his kick chase is excellent. Obviously he's an incredible defender. I thought he's just one of those dudes, he played 6 for the Kiwis. He's just a footy player. Put him out there.
Yeah.
He does it all.
Well, he played centre for Kiwis as well, eh?
Yeah, I think so. But I think also he was another one that looked bung. So Capewell on a kick chase, because it was quite wet underfoot. It wasn't raining at the time, but it was slippery. He slipped. He already had his knee strapped, and he slipped on a kick chase and then made a tackle, and he got up, and he just looked real sore. Chance was the same. Tane Tuopiki, if we had anyone left on the bench, I think he should have come off. But he, for probably the last 20 minutes, almost couldn't walk. He was crouched down in back play while we were on offense and defense, and he was just about 30, 40 metres back from the play, just squatting down because he was that fucked. But he wouldn't come off. He still made some brave tackles. He took some runs.
Well, that's exactly what you want to build your team around.
Yeah,
and he's that mould where you're kind of seeing it now. Come to think of it, is you're seeing the real small guys come back. Your Keanu Kinneys, your Jai Greys, and it's just small, agile. And I think it's exactly what he needed up the back.
Yeah.
So I think if you build towards Tane running in the back.
My worry there, though, is how many of those guys are going to turn up this week and we're going to find out that they are, bung. I mean, Jacob Laban as well.
Yes.
Right at the end, Kafusi went in and just tackled him on the side of the knee. That one looked bad. I mean, we already, our injury ward is ridiculous. We could field a whole 13 from the injuries that we've got. It was funny watching as you're walking out of the ground, they were playing another sort of like, not a highlights package, but like a, promo that they play on Sky. And it's like Luke Metcalf, Mitch Barnett, James Fisher-Harris, Chanel. You're like, gone. They're all gone. And I wonder how many of those dudes that looked a little bit sore this week are going to, how many of them are going to be gone next week?
Yeah.
We really can't afford it. I mean, Dimitrik was a late scratching as well.
Yeah. Waimonga was listed out, and I think that was a big out because
I
was excited to see him starting front row.
Same here.
Because he is a freak. Him and Halasima.
Yeah.
Pretty much cut from the same cloth.
Yeah. And very confusing to all of the Australian commentators. Sam Helu's good, big sucker. He is a big bastard, and I like that. He's got that. There's something in the NRL. I mean, not to stray too far into earnest sporting analysis, but an out-and-out hooker versus someone who's filling in at hooker. There's a real noticeable difference around like how all the deception around the ruck and darting little runs and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was punishing all that kind of shit. He looks the goods, that dude. And I think a good couple of years hanging out with Wade Egan,
That'll do it.
That'll do it. Look, I don't know. Like I said, the first note in our rundown here is, do we panic now? I don't know if panic's the right word. What I would say is, after watching the Panthers, and they're now on 29 points on the table. We're on 30. If we lose against the Bulldogs, they win. They're on a 9-10 game winning streak, the Panthers.
Panthers, yeah.
And remember about a month ago, me and you were looking at the odds for the Panthers to win the whole thing, and it was like $30-$40, maybe even longer. And we're like, is that ridiculous to think?
Yeah.
And now cut to here they are again, looking like, I know they're not in the top 4, they look like one of the best 4 teams in the comp.
Yeah, you got to follow it. But they did lose Yo in that game, which is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of bad. But then you got Lindsay Smith coming through, who's pretty much molded his game to play exactly like Isaiah Yo. So
discount Yoey.
Yeah, maybe not in that sense, but yeah, I remember looking at those odds and we were like, think nothing of it. And then now, should have put the house on it.
Yeah. Wish I could take the time machine back.
Yeah, but that's the beauty about it. You can go again this week.
Yeah, that's right. And mathematically, I don't think we can fall out of the 8, which is good. And also a really worrying thing to say. That I don't think we can fall out of the 8. Our upcoming schedule is Dogs, Dragons, Titans, Eels. Outside of the Dogs, those other 3, you would have said about a couple of weeks ago that those are locks.
Easy games.
Now with the amount of injuries we've got, I don't know. This game against the Dogs this weekend, I mean, shit. They, for most of the season, have been the odds-on favourites, haven't they?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to bring up their score from the weekend. Who did they play?
They played the...
Oh, they lost to the Tigers.
Night. Yeah.
That's right. They lost to the Tigers.
And
we'll put a line through them.
But that's got me thinking, and hate to be a pessimist, somebody's got to bounce back. Is it going to be the Warriors bouncing back after a Finns loss?
Yeah.
Or is it going to be the Bulldogs bouncing back after an embarrassing loss against the Tigers? And
yeah,
I'm probably going to back the Bulldogs in this one.
It's a way more embarrassing loss, isn't it, to lose to the Tigers?
Yeah, and then funnily you say 3 easy games.
Wow.
I obviously speak for my Eels. We're saying we've looked good on the coach rails. We've looked good.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a competitive game, that last game at home.
Yeah.
Dragons and Titans. Well, Titans pushed the Panthers, and then Dragons got up against the Raiders.
And the Titans beat us a couple of weeks ago.
It's
going to be tough. It is going to be tough. This is the funny thing. Like, if you contrast our season with the Penrith Panthers, they came out and were like baked to the bottom of the tin for the first half of the competition. Everyone's like, what the fuck has happened to these guys? This has never happened to a champion before. It looks ridiculous. The flip side of that, we bounced back from an average year, and all of a sudden we're humming, and everyone's like, holy shit, up the wires. And now I feel like the pendulums have swung back past each other, and we're going back the other way. They have timed it again perfectly for their run into the playoffs. Cleary's back from injury, slotting a 40-metre drop goal where they had to pass it back 20 minutes. That was gangster.
That was gangster.
Yeah.
I was watching, screaming.
Yeah.
But then probably the worst part about that, Cleary's had his moment. He's kicked a 40-metre field goal. And then you got Michael Innes and Vossi in the box saying bloody brain rot.
Yeah.
That commentary was a shocker. That was a shocker. When you hear Michael Innes talking about he's calling Cleary him.
Yeah.
He is him. He is. Oh, nah.
Yeah, just stick to taking it deep into the line there, Mick. Don't worry about the rest of it. So, yeah, I don't know. You'd be a brave man to bet on the Warriors against the Dogs. They look tremendous, despite the fact that they obviously just lost against the Tigers. But I'm just saying that their team on paper, they've got all their players.
Yeah.
They're going to go pretty well. So, yeah, you'd be a very, very brave man to bet against the Dogs.
Unless it's storming. It seems the rain helped all the shit teams.
Yeah, today.
Yeah.
It is the great equaliser. Unfortunately for us, we do very poorly in the rain. So it's like the reverse equaliser. It flips the table on its head and then it flips it back up the right way again. Yeah. All right, let's take a quick break and we'll come back with the TAB hunch, which after my last comment will shock you to your core. Welcome back to the Export Beer Garden studio of the Mad Monday podcast. Just before I was talking about how you'd have to be a very brave man to bet on the Warriors against the Bulldogs this weekend. Well, that's exactly what we're doing because we are brave and we're going Wars 1-12, which is at the moment paying about $3.
That seems awfully low.
$3.10 seems really low. Now, we're recording this before the teams have been named, so I don't know. If you do want to get on the Warriors to win, I would wait until the team gets named because there's every chance that there's like 5 more outs because of injury. At that point, the odds will go through the roof, and that's when you get on, I think. But yeah, we're going. I mean, the thing is, you're either a brave man or you've got free money to play with, and we're into the latter. Anyone who watched NRL over the weekend, I was going to call it Super Sunday, they will have seen the ad. They were playing it ad nauseum about Xavier Savage's documentary that's coming out very soon. And I think the first thing that everyone thinks, certainly my missus in the lounge last night, why does he get a documentary? I mean, this is a guy who has sort of been in and out of the team. He's had a great season so far, but anyone who's played SuperCoach knows he is boom or bust. And it was just like, oh yeah. I don't know, it's weird. Like you would think maybe Kyle Weeks might get one from the Raiders.
Yeah.
Or it would be an out-and-out super, like Pappenhausen might get one, or
someone who's
Tedesco or something.
Yeah, someone who's had an illustrious career and gone through the adversity. Oh, maybe he has gone through it. Maybe that's the focus.
I guess we'll need to watch it to find out. But it did make me think, like, off the back of the Xavier Savage doco, what sort of rocks or diamonds warrior would you want to see a documentary of? And I put it into our group chat yesterday. Joe came through, first one straight off the rip. Do you want to say who it was, Joe?
Conrad Harrell. For more of the off-field kind of...
I would love to know the ins and outs of that Vasa situation.
That doco would be so good because, I mean, was it him that got done for his running style? Because he was kneeing dudes in the head and knocking them out.
Leading with the
knees. So that's part of the episode. Then obviously the crescendo is the Instagram video. Or what was that on? Was it Snapchat? Did he put that on his story?
Nah, I think wasn't it someone else filmed it driving past?
Nah, not the angle I saw.
I saw POV.
Nah, the angle I saw was pretty direct. But I can't remember where that was posted to.
I'd imagine just over
the
Facebook.
Internet.
Over Facebook, or maybe he sent it to his group chat, sent it to the boys, and
the other one, Di put a couple through. He wanted to see Kevin Locke, Joel Moon, or Jason Death in there. I wouldn't mind the Kevin Locke one.
Kevin Locke one wouldn't be too bad.
Because the streets remember Kevin Locke.
Yeah.
Like he was gangster back in the day. And I think I saw him playing some sort of...
He's playing ARL.
Yeah, it was last year he was in the final of the ARL and he was playing
Richmond?
standoff. Yeah.
Richmond, I think.
And it went to like a extra time and then he kicked the field goal or something. Yeah.
So he's still doing his community work. So good on him.
Court ordered.
Yeah.
Obviously the Manu story would be a good one. I wouldn't mind watching
That actually
Manu.
wouldn't be that'd be my probably favourite one to see.
Yeah. I'm sure that's in the works. Someone must be working on that. I reckon just enough time needs to go under the bridge before they release the doco on him.
Shit, that'll be good.
It would be
that's
good.
like the heights of the best winger in the game.
Yeah, genuinely. And then...
And then the lows of Mount Eden.
And I always feel like when he first came out and they were like, oh, he's going to have like a role at the club teaching young people, blah, blah, blah. And immediately the backlash was like, what should he shouldn't be teaching them, he just got out of jail. And I was like, who is in a better situation to teach them the pitfalls than him?
Yeah.
We don't know what it's like to be the number one, one of the greatest wingers of all time.
Yeah.
And then to get done for drugs and go to jail. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
the story would be crazy.
Why would you want a pipsqueak clean guy teaching that?
Nah.
Just no experience in it at all, but just telling you it's bad. It's almost like your parents, like, stay away from that. Nah, I want to go find out.
Yeah, it's Jerry giving me weight loss advice. The fuck would you know? You haven't been there, bro. You haven't been there like I am every day in the trenches with this shit.
Brick by brick.
Yeah. Beer by beer by pie by beer. I built this shit, all right? So yeah, I don't know. Maybe we could dial up the old voicemail function. If you could leave us a voicemail, what warrior would you want to see a doco on if you could? Get in touch on the old microphone button on the iHeartRadio app. We'll take another quick break and we'll come back and talk a bit of SuperCoach. All right, so this week for most leagues, so obviously we've got the Mad Monday Munters group, which is the open group that everyone's in. to be honest, they'll be jostling around at the top there, but I think for most of us, winning that league has sort of fallen by the wayside. There are 170 points between the first and second player, which it's doable in the next sort of 4 weeks, but it's going to be tough to close that gap because at this stage, everyone's more or less got the same dudes. The top 5 teams are France is Smelly, D-Up, Chewbacca Man, Slick Lions, and the Honshu Hawks.
Honshu Hawks.
I am ranked 49th, so I'm well and truly out of it, and I think I am the highest ranked out of us.
Yeah.
And then I'm happy with top 50. There are 373 people in that league. That might be the biggest New Zealand league.
I think we did. Oh, we ran some studies with the old producer Adam, and he said, yeah, we do have the biggest league in New Zealand.
Really? And I can't even remember what the prize is.
I'm sitting out at 120.
It's a 2025 Warriors jersey, official jersey from mates at Dynasty.
Oh, hell yeah.
Is that straight off the back of the Pukanakam guy?
Yeah. I managed to get it off him towards the end of the game there. I found him upside down in a ditch. I just took the shirt off him. I'll wash it. And I think at this time, so this is the first week of head-to-head, so most people will have a little side head-to-head league, like we do. I won my round. Stupidly, I thought that this was the first round of the playoffs. So I moved heaven and earth. I had 6 trades and a boost left at the start of last week.
How many did you use?
3. And one of them was Herbie Farnworth. I brought him in.
That's a shocker.
I immediately need to get rid of him. I won my matchup, but man, I did not need to. So this week, I guess anyone who's got Herbie, that's the obvious trade this week, isn't it? Yeah. Is there anyone else? Who else? I mean, it depends on how many trades you've got, doesn't it?
I think that's the biggest thing at this part at the business end of the season.
Yeah.
Is depending how many trades you got, but I'd say anyone over a month, because there's only in head-to-head leagues anyway. There's only a month left. Of games, so anyone over a month you get rid of.
The hard part is each week, if you're just looking at the head-to-head, each week could be your last week.
Yeah.
So this is where you end up throwing away a bunch of trades just to stay alive. When you look at your opponent and you're like, shit, he's got all the guys and I don't. I need to, throw this at the wall and see if I can get them all in. I don't know. I had some disasters because I've had so many fires to put out. I've ended up with your Geimers and Hubners and shit on the bench. All scoring 68 and 70.
Hubner's not a bad shout.
I know, but I didn't play him. I played Kiko, who scored 30. And then I had Haas, who didn't play. That's a worry.
Oh, yeah, he was ruled out. But they said it was just sickness he was ruled out for rather than his...
Skin infection.
He got ruled out for
he got a bit of eczema.
Oh, if he wants, I can send him over some pawpaw. Straight on the burn. Helps heaps.
Fuck, if you could, let me know, because I've got him in there and I don't know if I need to trade him out or not. I don't know. What are the big fires you need to put out this week?
Not going to lie, it's only Herbie for me. I've kind of set my team up pretty well. Actually, maybe Pappenhausen. Yeah. He just didn't look any Watt electric at all. Not kicking goals either. No, he was kicking, but he was missing them all. Yeah, and then he got hooked for Nick Meaney in the last kick.
The most ridiculous kick I've ever seen in my life that bounced off both posts and then didn't go over.
Right in the front.
Right in front, yeah. It's ridiculous. Yeah, particularly at fullback. How many trades have you got left?
I've got 5 trades.
Oh, okay.
5 trades, no boost. But yeah, like I said, I've set up my team pretty well. But the thing with Herbie is no one really screaming pick me in the centre winger spot.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have like a Carraz or a Lomax or something, that'd be the way to go. But I think for you, I don't know, you could easily stick with Pappy, or do you use the Herbie money to go fishing for, I don't know, what fullback don't you have that you would like to get, do you think?
So currently I got Drinkwater, Pappenhausen and Teddy. Drinkwater, they got a softer run home, the Cowboys, so I'm taking Drinkwater to perform well. Teddy's been shitting the bed for the past month or so.
I know, but I can't,
But you don't want to get off him. I don't want to, the reason I lose my head-to-head, I don't want it to be Teddy.
No. Yeah.
And I can very much see a world where that does happen. But then Pappenhausen, I'm guessing he's been rested the past 3 weeks. He came back, didn't look too good. they're in a fine spot, especially after Raiders and Bulldogs lost. They're in a fine spot for the premiership. I think he's probably going to get sat out maybe the last 2 weeks as well ahead of finals.
I mean, particularly when you saw him get hooked, it's like, well, they're not too worried about him not being out there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Well, then Edwards would be maybe
that's the one I'm scared of.
Yeah,
because he had a quiet game, but still
80.
Yeah, and he didn't do much.
So I think that's it's a good way to look at it as, who does my opponent have that I don't want to come up against?
Yeah, and I think that's when you got to, like, as much as it pains, you got to make those trades live. You got to.
Really?
I think that's the best way to go about.
I'll fuck it up.
In the end of the season, make those trades live. So say if Thursday and Friday's games, you calculate your team, whatever team you're going up against.
Yeah.
And if you're like down by this much or whatever, you make those trades so you can get the same guy or a different pod.
Yeah.
But then if you're already up, you don't need to make those trades. Save that trade for next week.
That's high level. Because what you're exposing yourself there to is going to the pub and forgetting to do it.
Yeah, and that's been the root of a lot of my team. I remember I didn't captain anybody because I was smashed out in Ponsonby on a Thursday, and then I wake up in the morning and I'm like, fuck, and my missus wakes up and she's like, what happened? I was like, I just forgot to say my captain, man.
Fuck, that's funny. I did the exact same thing on a Friday night. I was just looking at my phone and I did the same. I was like, oh fuck, and Chris looked over the table and he pointed at me, and my missus was like, what? And Chris goes, I know exactly what he's done. I was like, what? And he goes, you forgot to captain. So I was like, oh, fucking oh, dude, that is
real first world problems.
Oh, dude, that is the most real.
But
I feel like everyone who's got a SuperCoach team has experienced that at one point.
Yeah, it is stressful, but the live trades, I think, at this point when you're running low, that's the best way to go about. And some sound advice from a guy who's coming 120th.
Yeah.
And now,
in our private league and 74,000th overall. Sound advice, man. Look, if you really want to win this head-to-head and you're going to be doing live trades, stay off. Just go easy on the piss this weekend, eh?
Yeah, just a 7 or 8.
Yeah. All right. Let's knock it on the head there then. Thank you very much for joining us this week. Enjoy your weekend of footy. And up the wires. Good luck yesterday.
He's not Australia.